All right, guys. So this outbound system booked me 54 calls in a month, and I'm about to expose how. Now, whether you're an agency owner, whether you're a consultant, whether you are a coach, this really applies to you. Okay. Now, just so you know that I'm actually know what I'm speaking about, like this is my Calendly analytics right here, just to prove what I'm actually saying. We booked 130, well, we created 130 events, 30 of them got cancelled, 90 of them actually went through, and 8 of them rescheduled. But that's not really the important information. And just so you know that this is true, it's from October 1st to October 31st, 2024. But look, so this is what I actually want to show you. I booked 36 calls on one account and I booked 18 calls on another account. I can also include these 12 because these were like for our own agency, but I will not be speaking about that. I'm going to be kind of harsh on myself and just focus on these two. 36 plus 18 equals 54. And that's how you booked 54 calls in a single month. Now, if you are running a campaign yourself and you're not really booking calls, or you're too busy relying on content, relying on paid ads, but your ad account is banned, or you're relying on YouTube to pop off, but nothing's really working and you have no leads, or you don't have a consistent amount of leads, this is something that you genuinely need. And as I said, I booked 54 calls in a month doing this across just 2 accounts. So in this video, you are going to learn how the system works. Let me just whip out a pen real quick. Let me make it red. And let me also make my face smaller so I'm not taking up that much of the screen. So look, in this video, you're going to learn how this system works. You are going to learn how you can install this into your own business and start finding high paying clients. You are going to learn how to actually convert them into paying customers, and you're going to learn how anybody, and I mean anybody, can actually do this. Like, this is so simple. If you just understand and you implement and you install the processes that I, speak about in this video, you are going to drive results and you're going to book in calls. So I want you to steal this system from me and use it for your own business and see the exact same results. So let's just first get into the basics. Now, a lot of this isn't going to really make sense at the moment, so I want you to just bear with me because I need to give you this context in order for you to really understand the system. So your business foundation is so important, okay? And I built this little diagram here on Canva, but essentially a house needs a foundation to stay afloat, right? Because if a storm comes and there's no solid foundation, the house is going to collapse with the storm. You know that saying in the Bible where it's like the winds, the storm came and the winds blew and the house that was built on the rocks stayed up. Something along those lines, right? I'm just kind of paraphrasing it, but your outbound system is your foundation in your business. Now, you can't rely on content, you can't rely on ads, you can't rely on you. Maybe YouTube is something you can rely on, but it still takes some time to pop off. And if you're right at the start of your business, you cannot be relying on content to pop off because it's just inconsistent and you're relying on an algorithm. Same as ads. I do understand that however much money you put in, you get the output. But realistically, if your ad account gets banned, guess what? You're kind of effed. So look, by the way, I'm not swearing for PG reasons, and I don't want to get demonetized or whatever this YouTube stuff is. But your outbound is your foundation, and your content is not a very solid foundation. Now, I've been there, brother. I'm not telling you to not run your content. I'm not telling you to not run paid ads. I'm not telling you to not do YouTube, because trust me, they are going to be the most scalable options ever. And this isn't necessarily scalable, but it will build you such a strong foundation to where you can reinvest back into your content. You can reinvest back into ads. You can put that money that you've been making from your outbound system into everywhere else in your business that's more scalable. And you want to build this as your solid foundation, because if everything to do with content goes south or to do with an algorithm goes south, you can still rely on this, okay? Now, let me quickly, let me move this recording thing over. Oops. Let me move it over. Boom. Okay, cool. So this is a saying that I said in my previous video, and it's do things that don't scale. Now, it was a quote by Gary Tan. Gary Tan is a venture capitalist. He's a big investor in Stripe. He's a big investor in Airbnb. And he said, do things that don't scale. Now, when my client first told me this, I was like, what the hell is he speaking about? And then it kind of hit me. I'm like, right. If you do things that don't scale, you learn more about your business, you learn more about your audience, you learn more about how to actually make money and then scale things. Because if you're not scaling properly, or you're essentially scaling without having everything intact, you're just going to be scaling your problems. And I heard this, I think, from Charlie Morgan, so all credit to him. And partially of the system is also credit due to Charlie Morgan. There is a lot of inspiration that I took with the system, and it's definitely giving me a great output. So with Outbound, if you do things that don't scale, direct inputs always equal direct outputs. So direct inputs don't always equal direct outputs with your content. Doesn't always mean the same in ads. Not always in YouTube. You know, with YouTube, you're going to be posting for 6 months on end, and you might not even do that well. Okay. With Outbound, it's the best way to secure your first client in your business. With Outbound, is a solid foundation for your business. And I already spoke about this, but I just can't stress this enough, okay? Look, this was me relying on content, relying on content to get more leads. I was creating content just to go viral. That's such a huge issue. And if you're doing this, please stop. Just rely on Outbound. Like build a solid foundation. You know, I wasn't thinking long term. I was just thinking about when's the next viral video going to pop off so more leads come through the door. Constantly waiting for that next banger in order to generate new leads. Now, there has been many times when my account went completely dry in my DMs, and that was because no videos were popping off. And you know how unhealthy that is for the business, that I'm just relying on an algorithm to generate me more money? You know, it's horrible. So, what do we do instead? This is the Outbound system that I want you to follow. So you send them an outreach message, and I'm going to go into detail on all of these and how you're going to pull these off, you know. But outreach message is going to go, and then when they reply, you're going to send them an informative video sales letter. Now we'll go into a lot more detail into what an IVSL is. But then in between that time, you're going to be, you know, conversating, hitting pain points for them. And then you're going to send them the Calendly link. Now, with this, there needs to be just a tiny bit of rapport, a tiny bit of trust, and there's multiple ways to build that. And that's why I'm not saying just send a VSL, send an IVSL. Then, once you send them the Calendly link, the follow-up process starts. And this is where you're going to be following them up. This is where you're going to be reminding them, because a lot of people will sleep on this, okay? I'm going to put an S here. A lot of people are going to sleep on this because a lot of people just don't know when to fit in a good time for this type of thing. Then you're going to be getting a booked call. And this is the most important part, which is the nurturing process. Once they book in a call from cold Outbound, they're going to be very, very skeptical. Yeah, that's the word. They're going to be very, very skeptical. And they're going to be very like, okay, I've just booked in a call. I don't know, this guy's probably going to try pitch me. And I'm just going to aim, they're going to be subconsciously thinking this, I'm going to aim for the worst scenario possible, and I'm not really looking to buy. And this is where you nurture them. This is where you send them information, or you send them sales assets to actually warm them up on the process. You send them testimonials, you send them interviews, you send them anything that I'm going to get into just a little later on, things that will nurture them and will make them a buying prospect. So let me draw that out. A BP, a buying prospect. These are prospects that are going to be willing to give you their money. And then most importantly, you have to have a fast service delivery. Because if you onboard someone from a cold outbound campaign, they're going to be very skeptical, and they're going to be looking to see whether you're actually doing what you promised you were going to be doing. So let's actually get into the details here. Let's get into the source. Let's get into how you're actually going to pull this off. So first things first, phase one, which is the basics. Our aim in this system is to stand out when we're outreaching. We do not want to come across as every other person. And if you worked with a business owner, if you are a business owner watching this, the chances are you get multiple outreaches to you per day, and people are saying, yo bro, do you sell an online system? Do you sell a online coaching? Yo bro, do you provide this? Yo bro, do you need a copywriter? Yo bro, do you need an appointment setter? All of this is just so oversaturated, and it's just been diluted down. Like, it doesn't work anymore because everybody just sends the same thing. And our aim with the system is to stand out. Once you stand out, you get so many more responses. So most people outreach using templated messages, no personalization, no actual genuine recognition for the prospect. And us as humans, we like to feel special. So when something is templated or made to be sent on a mass scale, it usually gets ignored by most business owners, including yourself. Look at your message requests right now. How many of them did you actually acknowledge and read? You probably read the first 3 words and you're like, all right, this is templated, okay? So what we're not gonna be doing is sending text outreach. We are not gonna be doing this, okay? What we are gonna be doing is sending a video outreach instead. So let me walk you through how to do this. You're going to be sending them a video that you kind of like, if I can show you exactly what I mean here, you are going to be sending them a video. So if I record right now, just me speaking, you are going to be taking this. If you can see my screen, I don't know if you can. Okay, but essentially you're going to be touching this part here until it says keep in chat. And you're going to be sending them a video basically like that, pitching them. But what you want to say, there are 2 main things that you want to say in this video. So essentially you want to have a hook, and that hook is going to be interest them. Your whole point in this video is to not pitch them, is to not sell them something, is to not make them want to give you their money. Give you their money, yeah. The whole point of this video is to spike curiosity, spike interest. You want to make them reply. You want to provoke a reply. So what you're going to do is you're going to pitch them in a very vague way that's speaking about them and not you. So you're not going to be like, all right, bro, so this has worked for me, and, you know, I'm sure I can help this with this and this, and just I. You're going to be speaking about, you know, I've seen this work for multiple other people, I've done this for myself, and I'm sure I can do this for you. And just the only problem is I don't want to sit here and pitch you without your permission. And that's what you want to do. You want to pitch them in a very vague way that's only speaking about them and spiking their interest. And then you want to follow up with, I don't want to pitch you without your permission. Because chances are, very rarely do people actually offer permission to pitch. They just pitch. And if you can stand out by saying, I don't want to pitch you without your permission, it just kind of makes you stand out, and it also puts the power in the prospect's hands. So then that way, they are able to be like, yeah, sure. You can also add on to the end of the video saying, like, I don't want to pitch you without your permission, but if you would like me to send it over, reply to this video with, like, sure, and I'll shoot over a video explaining exactly how this works. If you don't want to, that is perfectly fine. No pressure at all. If you say something along those lines, that still gives them, like, an option to just say no. So you want to make sure that you also end it with a CTA, you know? At the end of this video that you're going to be filming is going to be like 40 seconds long. You're going to be saying, reply to this video with sure, and I'll shoot you over a video explaining exactly how I believe this can actually help you. And that way you're speaking about them, but you're giving them a direct CTA to reply with. This can be yes, this can be sure, this can be an emoji, this can be anything, okay? But if you tell them reply with something, and then I'll send over a video, they know exactly what they're getting. And then you can also add the option to say no on the end of it. Just make sure you sound very, very genuine when sending this video. Now, going straight into phase 2. Okay, phase 2 is the informative VSL, so the IVSL. This will be sent as a loom. I've done this for multiple other clients. This works very, very well, and I want you to take a very educational approach to this loom. But our aim is to inform them on our product or service, how it works for them, and how it actually benefit them. If you can create a personalized one, perfect. If you can't, you can do this basically like what you can just do this as a pre-recorded video and it'll work perfectly fine. Just expect a drop off on your response rate. Try to bridge a little gap between their main struggles and how what you're pitching is actually going to solve the issue for them. If you can build that little bridge in the Loom video, just kind of speaking about, all right, so if you're an agency owner and you're struggling with X, Y, Z, what I have here is going to completely fix that issue for you. And then you show them exactly how it works in a very vague way, not enough for them to actually take action. And then you end the video. Well, actually, I'll give you the structure right now. So this Loom video needs to be no longer than 5 minutes long. I recommend anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes in length. But you want to start with the intro. And this briefly just covers a couple of their pain points. So you want to be like, okay, cool. So if you're struggling with X, Y, Z, I understand your pain, and this is exactly what I'm here to solve for you. Then you want to start bridging. So now you'll speak about how your service or product actually works and how it fixes the problem for them. You're going to be speaking about exactly what I just mentioned earlier. You know, if you have this issue right here, what I have here, whether that's a system, whether that is a product, whether that is a service, this is going to fix this for you. You want to make sure you have kind of like a variable, like a system or a product, this program, this system. You know, maybe don't use program, that's kind of a trigger word, but you want to make sure you have like a solid variable that you can use as leverage to be like, all right, if you implement this, you know, even like this phone right here that I have, the system that I have inside of this phone is going to fix this problem for you. If you have this, perfect. Then next, number 3 is proof. You want to show them case studies that actually worked for others. If you don't have any, you can use yourself as a case study. You can be like, all right, so I've used this and it's booked me XYZ appointments per month, and I'm sure that it can do the exact same for you, and I'm going to lay it out for you in this video right here. Next, simple offer. Put this into words like exactly what the outcome is that you offer. So not how you're going to do it, not exactly what platforms you're going to use to do it, but exactly what the outcome is. So you're not generating them more leads, you're giving them more clients. You're not just optimizing their sales process, you're not just their closer, you're not just their appointment setter, but you're making them more sales. You want to say the final outcome, not just the process, not the details, the outcome. Okay? So your offer has to be the outcome. And if it's the outcome, that is when you're going to generate the most curiosity or the most interest, because they only care about the outcome. They only care about the sales. They only care about more members. They only care about more clients. They only care about better fulfillment. That's all they care about. They only care about the outcome. They don't care about the process. They don't care about the leads. They don't care about the calls taken, calls closed. They don't care about the details. They care about just a simple outcome. And you need to get that into your head when you compile the simple offer. Number 5 is the conclusion. This is towards the end of the video. You want to sum up everything you just spoke about and offer a free strategy call where you see if you can help them. You can offer this in multiple different ways. You can give them multiple options where like 2 of those options don't really work for them. And the last one is like, okay, you book in a call. Worst case scenario, we will lay out the entire game plan for your business for completely free. But you know, you can see whether you're actually a right fit to work for us. It's also very important in this video, you lay your cards out properly out there, so they don't feel like you're concealing a little pitch. You are there to pitch, but you're doing it in a very genuine way because you genuinely believe that what you have is actually going to help them. So make sure that you just sum this up. You know, the offer a free strategy call and see how you can help them. And as you're doing number 5, this is also going to link into number 6, which is the CTA, the call to action. Say literally this: if you do actually want to see if this will actually help you and how you can install this system yourself, all I need you to do is just reply with sure or yes. It has to be the same CTA as in here. Is it here? Yeah. You want to have the same CTA as this. So the same CTA back to back. And you want to say, if you actually want to see if this can actually help you and how you can install this system yourself, all you have to do is just reply with sure, and I'll send over a Calendly link where we can hop on a strategy call to see whether I can actually help you. The worst case scenario is not for you. I'm confident that you can still walk away with a bunch of value. You know, maybe you want to be more specific than that. But these two are interlinked. Remember that. So when you're doing the conclusion, also do the CTA as like on the end of this conclusion. So if I just write out an E, that's a very beautiful E, Matas. But here, you know, beautiful arrow too. But yeah, this links into that. Also, this links into that. That's what I meant. They're both aligned. Now, we're moving on quickly. I don't want to waste your time. I want to be very, very snappy with this. Feel free to pause at any point in this video, but I know this is full of value. Phase 3 is retaining the leads. Now, there are 1,000,001 reasons why a lead hasn't replied or booked in a call yet. And look, this, I can name a bunch. I've just listed out some for you. They're goldfish, you know, kaput. They opened your DM and their spouse walked in. Their phone died when they opened your DM. They were mid-meeting when they opened your DM, so they didn't get to reply. Or they took a look and their internet cut out. There could be multiple different reasons, 1,000,001 reasons, in fact, as to why someone didn't reply to you. So all I'm saying is there are tons of reasons why someone isn't responding. So you should always give them the benefit of the doubt and continue following up until you always get a no or a yes. You want to aim for always a no, you're goddamn annoying, never message me again, or like, yes, I love your persistence, let's work together. It's either A or B. It's black or white. It's zeros or ones. Okay? It's A or B. You don't want a maybe. You don't want to leave them on like, they're not replying. I've sent 10 messages. I'm not going to follow up anymore. No, brother. You want to carry on following up until they always block you, tell you to F off, or they're like, I like your persistence. Let's work together. You don't want anything in between. You always want a yes or a no, black or white, as I said. So here's some ideas to actually follow up with. You know, gifts. You can send them funny gifts. You can send them selfie videos of you saying, like, what I like to do is saying like, hey bro, just actually making sure you haven't been taken hostage or something. You know, don't send this right away. Send this after like a couple follow-ups. It would definitely crack a joke, actually make them laugh. A response-provoking message. This could, I'm sure you can. I'm not going to give you the answers in this one because if I do, everybody's going to copy exactly what I'm saying, and I don't want to do that because it's just going to saturate each and every follow-up. But just think what could provoke a response. And last but not least, more value. You can honestly be like, yo bro, I actually just made this little system for you as like a 4th or 5th follow-up. And they might view it because it's valuable. Who doesn't like free value? Okay? The biggest thing to remember is to never come off as like desperate or butthurt. And I see this mistake again and again and again. People get butthurt and they're like, bro, why are you not replying? Bro, just following up. Like, yo bro, I sent you like 5 messages now. You're not interested? Like, don't get butthurt. Don't come across as desperate. Always be nonchalant, laid back, kind of like you don't care, but you're just kind of throwing it out there. And if they ever say, and I've had this before, if they ever say, yo, Matas, you followed up on me so many times. You're so desperate for my services. I'm like, no. I just genuinely believe this can actually help you. So why would I leave you out there if I genuinely believe I can help you? Why would I leave that opportunity out on the table and not persist with following up on you if I genuinely think this can change your life? And then you've kind of you've reversed the roles for this to actually work for you. Now, Matas, this system that you're telling me is super time consuming. Matas, I don't want to do this to get my business. I don't want to do this to get my business off the ground. I couldn't read that. My brain didn't work. If you are thinking any of these, click off this video. You are simply just too lazy. The system will take some work. The system will take some time out of your day. You can outsource the system. But if you want to get it off the ground, just do it yourself. Do not be lazy. And trust me, you will book in calls like there is no tomorrow. And actually, just to give you a little bit of perspective, these 54 calls, if not, I guess, 66 calls, if I'm speaking about these, because I did these manually as well, I did all of them myself. I'm going to put S. Myself is one word, but I'm going to just break it down to syllables. Myself. I did this myself. This whole system, I did myself. I booked these 66 calls, basically, all by myself. I didn't do it with anybody else. So I'm sure you can do it too. Now, we have 2 more phases to cover. So we're not ending here yet. The value is not ending, but I'm going to brush through these really quickly. Phase 4 is nurturing. Once you have booked in a call, this is super important. Once you booked in a call, it's not game over. It's not like, oh, okay, I've closed the deal. No. You're nowhere close. Quickly, water break. So once you booked in a call, nurturing is what will actually secure them and allow them to close at a much easier rate. You want to be hopping on that call and the prospect's already clear on everything that you do and that you can actually help them, and all you have to do is just show them around and be like, collect the cash. They would be already willing to give you their money because they're confident that you can help them. Now, here are some sales assets that you can actually send them via DM, whether that's on WhatsApp or on Instagram, wherever you book them from, LinkedIn, whatever. That will kind of warm them up. This could be client testimonials. This could be short videos. This can be YouTube videos. This could be YouTube videos breaking down your systems. These ones work very well. These could be Loom videos as well, by the way. A Loom video personalized to them. So what I do for my clients is I actually do a Loom video flywheel, a personalized one. So I'd be like their name and then flywheel, and I'll send it to them and I'll show them exactly what system I'll walk through just specifically for their business that will actually help them. And it warms them up like hell. When they hop on that call, they know exactly how you're actually planning to help them, which is great. It works for B2B, by the way. If you're B2C, it might not work for you. Free value. This could be YouTube videos. This could be Loom videos. This could be sales assets. This could be TikToks, Instagram Reels. This could be anything. Free value works very well. And last but not least, client interviews. Now, obviously, these two are different. So client testimonials and client interviews are two different things. Client testimonials are like short videos that clients film for you saying like, I've worked with Matas and Matas has helped me out this much. He's helped me go from X to Y. Whereas client interviews are genuine, like YouTube filmed interviews or Loom or Zoom videos where you interview your clients and you ask them questions on their experience with you. If you have those, this is a very good one. All of these are honestly very, very good. And if you can use them in a very nonchalant, non-desperate way, they're going to work very well for you to actually do what I'm telling you here to nurture your prospect. All of these assets can be leveraged to motivate and confirm the prospect's decision in getting their value from you before you've even hopped on a call with them. As I said, I've leveraged this so many times and the prospects are like, yeah, let's work together before I've even pitched the price. Make sure to not come off as pushy, or otherwise they can actually trigger alarm bells. So don't spam them with this and then this and then this. And yeah, don't spam them. I'm just saying send one of these or two of these on different basis, on different occasions. But if you can send these, just don't send them in a pushy way. Send them in a very nonchalant, like I'm just kind of throwing it out there. I hope you find this valuable type of thing. And also, this is very great because you can use these as an incentive for them to actually book in a call. So where are we here, You can use this as a little follow-up. So if we're retaining the leads, we're following up on them, and you can use this nurturing process as an incentive for them to actually book in. You can be like, yo, bro, just let me know once you booked in. I'll send over some free value or some free resources your way, and they'll book in, and you send them free resources so they don't actually lose, You kind of incentivize them to actually book in. And last but not least, this is a bonus tip. YouTube videos are like hella great, and mine are super great. So one more thing is actually your Instagram profile. If you're going to do this system, your Instagram profile has to be intact. And I highly recommend you watch this video, which is Never Struggle to Get Clients Again. It is primarily based around remote sales and how you secure your first remote sales client. But I do stumble upon how to actually optimize your Instagram profile for it to look good. And if you're a business owner and your Instagram profile isn't that good, or you would say it's not that good, I highly recommend you watch this video. It is primarily focused around high ticket sales because that's what I used to teach my students. I've now kind of just converted into a more B2B route. But if you want to know how to Instagram or optimize your Instagram profile, watch this video. I will be making another one that's more in detail to business owners, but it's definitely going to help you out. Other than that, if this is actually of use to you and you want me to build this system out for you without you having to really move a finger at all, I will leave a link in the description where you can book in for a call with me. And that way I can actually walk you through how the whole system works and how it will actually work for you, all the trackers and the resources that we actually use to pull it off, and how we make sure that the system works in the first 60 days. Feel free to check out my Instagram story highlights. I've deployed this system for like over, I think, 3 clients at this point, so you can look at how it actually works for them and how many calls we've booked for them. But other than that, as I said, if you do want to work with me one-on-one on how I deployed these systems and how I book this amount of calls per month, and you want me to do it for you, I'll leave a link in the description where you can book in for a free sales audit with me, and I'll just overlook your business. I'm not going to pitch you if I don't actually think I can help you. But other than that, I do appreciate you sticking around to the end of the video. If you did enjoy this, just leave a like, subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions, just comment below. I will answer every single comment. But other than that, I really appreciate your time. So yeah, have a good day, and I'll see you in the next video.